Mr. Jared.
Present.
We have 5 members present.
We have 5 members present. Reading the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 3110, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any agenda changes or additions? Any agenda changes or additions? Hearing none, it's now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the Flint City Council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box will be placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. Madam Secretary, who is our first public speaker?
First public speaker is RL.
Good evening, Council. I'm R.L. Mitchell. I reside at 759 East Linden Avenue, over by the graveyard called Grace Line, where they used to then let black people be buried there, but my mama and daddy was buried there right at the gate. And I just wanted to put that on record. So about the situation in Oak Park, we the people appreciate you for saving Oak, you council people saving Oak Park over there on the north side, over there where the job co-op at. And the fireman that always, he retired, but he came back on the force to make sure we Flintstone have the right employees in Flint to make sure we put the right chemicals in the water department over there, and make sure we have the right, but we under, the fire chief, you know who he was, because he said, my brother, Jack Allen Mitchell, not Jackass Mitchell, because the fireman always got a way of putting his words to make media talk about us Flintstones and Flint and all the stuff like that, arson. They're blowing up the churches now, and nobody found that can, the gas can, but the big dark guy, Woodson, and the Chief Green can't even find nothing. That's how Flint we coming. We got 30 churches in Flint, gave that Peterson guy $20,000 a piece, and we went down to Florida and bought him a big house, over $350,000. A million. I can't do too much figuring, but time he got the money, he went and he trying to make every preacher, concerned pastors look like okie dokies, because they are mad because they don't have to pay no income tax. And the land bank, they just let the land bank have their way, but the land bank can't deal with the churches because we got some militant pastors in Flint, but they ain't showing they cover yet. Maybe they'll show they cover tonight when you push them the wrong way, like you push Tarzan the wrong way and you got 2 strokes, and she ain't here today. First ward, second ward, and third ward. Who ever heard of such a thing? Try to jump on the 8th ward councilman and him and his brother, and the guy that got caught 2 strokes and he still came back, and the dude getting paid big time, talking about choking peoples. And stay tuned, New York. We really gonna get paid tonight. All right, Mr. Cruz message.
Stanley Wood.
Good evening. I missed you guys the last couple of weeks. I've been enjoying some vacation, but I have been watching online while I was on vacation. I want to say I'm proud that there was 5 people here to have quorum right at 5 o'clock, actually 4:59, but we aren't going to complain about a minute. As far as the presidential material here, we don't have a lot to choose from. I know we're stuck in a stalemate, but I don't believe the 2nd or the 7th council members are proper examples of leadership. They're condescending, they're vile, they give off negative energy. I think it's time to maybe give somebody that has the most seniority. I mean, that's the way it works in union positions and a lot of places at work. Maybe it's time to give Miss Winfrey Carter a chance. I wish the city clerk was here tonight. I was going to bring up her mistake that costed Sandy and Brooke a 1-year probation term. I think that's not acceptable. That was a mistake of the city clerk because she couldn't read something and she didn't do anything about it. And then, of course, you know, they got their warnings and they were told to be arrested and things like that. That is not acceptable. I personally will be reaching out to them to give them a name of a good attorney. Unfortunately, they had a public defender, so that don't help you much. They're just looking for a quick, who can we get to make a plea real quick. So the one thing Judge Maribel did say is he asked them where they lived. And they said they lived in Burton. He said, well, why are you going to the Flint City Council meetings? Everybody has a right to be in these meetings. I don't care if you're from Flint or if you're in the outside area. We're all affected by what happens in the city of Flint. The local areas are. I had some words for Lion Leon the felon tonight, but he's not here. But after my wife talked to me, she said, what you're about to say, is that going to help the city move forward? And it's not. So I'm not even going to bother saying these things, other than his credibility is horrible. He filed his, I think, 10th PPO order now. And light on page 3 when it says, have you ever filed a PPO against any other party? He clicked no. Clearly that's a lie. Last thing, Judy, I know you acknowledged last meeting that basically, including all those committees,
Thank
we're
you.
going to limit the amount that people can talk.
Next public speaker, Claire McClinton.
Good evening, council. I'd like to address 2 issues. Number 1, I would like to encourage the council to go on and pick leadership. We have too many issues that we're confronted with. And I would suggest you consider Winfrey Carter as the senior council person on this council. Our previous leadership, our president and vice president, regardless of what the reasons were, they have communicated to this public that they have no respect for residents. We wish we would be treated like Ashley Capital representatives and Community First and other big people that come down here. They don't get the police called on them. None of that, even though the things that they ask for is to the detriment of the residents. But we come down here and pour our hearts out over the frustration through the experiences that we have had, and we get the police called on us. We get arrested, we get put out, da-da-da. I think that is a reflection of the past leadership. Now let's give the senior council person a chance to not only lead this council and reset the things that are done against residents, to put it on a new track. Let's go into a new year with a new attitude And perhaps the new leadership can help bring y'all together. That would be that would be something, wouldn't it? And the other thing I want to talk about was the failure of this council to have addressed the rate hike of the water back in February. And I did learn recently that the council didn't know about the meeting of GLEWA back in February, where it was the one item on the agenda. And GLEWA, as we know, we get our water from GLEWA. And they had a meeting, a public meeting, and it was only one item on the agenda. And that was to raise the water rates, and none of our council people were there to speak for us. And I learned recently that the council didn't know about it. So I would suggest that the council write a letter to GLEWA and make sure they let you all know about the meetings. And then we're using ARPA funds to pay for the raise in the water. It's ridiculous. Thank you.
Last public speaker, Sarah Houston.
Good evening, council members. Sarah Houston, 6th Ward. Just want to know what's the process, I guess. I still don't see interpreters here. You say that it's not in the budget or we got to put it in the budget, but I see resolutions for the budget and I may just be ignorant and uneducated. So I'm asking for what's the process? How long is this going to take? What's the holdup? It's really a simple phone call. So I don't understand what's going on with that there. So please help me to understand that. I'd like to publicly acknowledge Arthur Woodson, who's not here tonight, for providing interpreters at his town hall that he had for cancer. And he didn't even talk to me about it. I just happened to see that on the news. So I was really proud to see that, for him making that effort. I'm also concerned about the multiple fires that are happening in our city, the multiple killings that are happening in our city. And I'm wondering if there's anything being done to investigate an arsonist. There is an obvious arsonist in the city of Flint, and that concerns and worries me. I don't really have too much more to say than that, other than, I would like a response to what is the process on what's taking so long to make a simple phone call to get interpreters in. Thank you.
That was the last public speaker.
Thank you for everyone who came out and spoke. It's now time for council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers only after all public speakers have spoken. The individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Does anyone like to speak?
Madam
Go
Chair,
ahead.
thank you. I do want to, Ms. Houston, on Monday, I will set aside some time to make sure that we get you an answer. We will make sure that happens in special affairs. And then as far as the arson that's happening in this city, I do know that they are actively working to catch the persons, because it's more than one person responsible. There's no rhyme or reason for why people set fires. I know that sometimes people take the attitude of, oh, they were tired of having a dilapidated house next to them, but they also don't think of the risks that come along with that. And so because we understand that people may be frustrated with the appearance of a building, that sparks illegal behavior. So one of the things that we're also going to do Monday, myself and Councilwoman Priestley, the land bank will come before us on Monday, and they will give a presentation. They are going to talk about what's happening with the money that was given to them for demos, where they are with their demos. And if you all have any other questions that you would like to have answered, please let one of us up here know, and we can add that to the list of things we would like for them to speak about. But as it stands right now, there will be a presentation from the land bank on Monday to discuss, because a lot of the property is their property. And so that, I think that will also aid us in figuring out what to do about arsonists. But on Monday, we will also get an answer as far as the interpreter. Thank you, Madam Chair. I yield.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
thank you. Thank you for everyone who came and spoke. It is cold out there, so it is an effort that you have made to be here, and I want to make sure I acknowledge you. In regards to Ms. Houston, we're waiting on the clerk. And she's not here today. She's at professional training today, so she cannot be here. But we're still seeking an answer. I know her date, I believe, was for next year, but we've asked, before then. And the other issue was how would our cameras, there would have to be with our our IT to have a camera that is just fixated on the person, because the cameras move. They're not, there isn't like a stationary one if there was, if a person, so there has to be some thought going into it. In regards to the arson, in May, I asked the Flint Fire Chief, what are we doing because we have a problem with arson? He stated on record, nothing. We do now know all these homes are not land bank homes. Some of them are private owners. A home on Hamilton, 2 of them were by private owners. Swanson's was owned by Swanson's. It was not owned by land bank. And so we look at all of the different ones. We've had a problem with arson for a long time. So if I have not heard of a plan, seen the plan during budget hearing. I asked of a plan, and he said there wasn't one because we had a lot then. But I do know Saturday, Thanksgiving Day, there was a lot of fires. We were out handing out food to the homeless, hot meals, and literally ML King Street was lit up with fire trucks, Rankin Street, Genesee Street. So there's Hamilton all the way over to McClellan, and we see there's a square area being burnt out and set on fire. And I don't think that's by accident. They're clearing it out.
Is there anyone else? Anyone else? I'll take a few minutes in regards to the arson and the fires. I know that I drove down Woodrow Avenue a couple of weeks ago and saw one that just started, and there was homeless people living in that home, and they were trying to keep warm or cooking. I don't know which, but they came running out of the fire. I think it was a total accident. I think that's what some of them are, but there are arsonists out there. We know that. And every time I go to, I speak to the fire chief, I ask him about it. What are we doing? We've got to prosecute them and make an example of these arsonists. And I've been pushing that since the day I was elected, especially since the east side had the majority of the homes. Luckily, most of those are now gone, but there's still plenty left, plenty left. And I think that's all. And regarding, we are working on the budget piece to find the funding to pay for interpreters, because that will not be a cheap situation. And we do not have the money in our current budget to do that. So we are working on that issue on the interpreters. Thank you. Okay. Is now time for the consent agenda. I will entertain a motion to.
Motion to approve.
There's motion by the councilwoman in the 7th ward to approve, to send to council.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. Yes.
Is there support?
Support.
It's supported by the councilwoman in the 6th ward. Is there any separations? Are there any separations? Let's do good English here.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
250389.
389. Okay.
And that is, that's it for me.
Okay. Is there any other separations? Are there any other separations?
Oh, yeah, I had checked with Davina and girl earlier. She said it was, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Are
no,
there
no,
any
no.
other separations? Last chance. Okay. So the consent agenda will consist of the following resolutions. 250402, the accepted donation from Pi Kappa Alpha Fraternity, Zeta of Alpha B Chapter, Kettering University, for the Flint Fire Department. 250403, accept support services funding initiative incentive workforce innovation and opportunity grant, Genesee Shiawassee Thumb Michigan Works, Flint Fire Department. 250404, accept support services funding incentive workforce innovation and opportunity grant, Genesee Shiawassee Thumb Michigan Works, Flint Fire Department. 250405, contract with Crim Fitness Foundation for the Flint Recast community-based mindfulness trainings. 250406, grant acceptance, fiscal year 26 budget amendment, CS Mott Foundation for event policing and public safety. 250407, contract with Senatorial Great Lakes installation and monitoring security systems for McKinley Center and Haskell Center football field. 250408, contract with Genesee Health Systems, Flint Recast community-based mindfulness trainings. 250409, contract with Trio Paint, general contractor services. 25040410, contract Greater Flint Health Coalition, Flint Recast program evaluation. 250411, Reliant Fire Apparatus of Michigan, purchase of a Pierce pumper fired apparatus, Flint Fire Department. 250411, Reliant Fire Apparatus of Michigan, purchase of a Pierce fire. Oh, it's duplicated. Thank you very much. I didn't see that. I was reading it and I went, isn't that the same? I only saw one when I got the initial resolutions. The last one is 250415, reallocation of ARPA funds, St. Mark's Missionary Baptist Church's Community Outreach Center. And this is the roll call vote to send the consent agenda to council.
Mr. Al-Alamin is not in. Ms. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jared?
Yes.
5 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 5 yes, 0 no. Those resolutions will go to council. Our one and only separation is 250389, grant extension budget amendment 2022 BJA fiscal year 22, Office of Justice Programs, Community-Based Violence Intervention and Prevention Initiative through September 30th, 2026. I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I make a motion that we send to council.
There's a motion on the floor to send 250389 to council. Is there support? I'll support it. I'll support it. Is there any discussion? Ms. Burns, you separated that. Would you like to start the discussion?
No, because I'm not supporting it at this time.
Okay,
So I wasn't passing in the consent agenda.
okay.
Yeah.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
I'd like to make a motion to keep 250389-T in finance.
so there's a motion made by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward to keep in finance. Is there support?
Support.
Support.
Supported, I heard the councilman in the 8th Ward first. All right, this is the vote to keep 250389 in finance.
Mr. Al-Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jared?
Yes.
The vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
did you get the supplemental information that we had requested for this?
I do not have anything.
Okay. So they're gone. We need to have that information because I didn't see it. Do they know? We didn't get the information. But we already voted. If we,
Yep.
Madam Chair, motion to adjourn.
There's a motion on the floor by by the 8th, supported by the 7th. Roll call, Madam Clerk, or Madam Secretary.
Mr. Al-Alamin is absent. Dr. Lewis is absent. Ms. Johnson is absent. Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is absent. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jared?
Yes.
5 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 5 yes, 0 no. We are adjourned at 5:25. I think I'm going to be able to pick up my niece myself.
Everyone who wanted to fill out a speaker slip for the next meeting, hopefully you've already filled out your speaker slips. The time is now 5:25 PM. No, nobody's getting one, Judy. I don't know. Ms. Claire, are you getting a speaker slip? Is that what you're doing? I didn't want to start my meeting if you were getting a speaker slip. Oh, well, then you should be fine if you already have one. Anybody else? All right. The time is now 5:26 on Wednesday, December 3rd. I now call this legislative committee meeting to order. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Mr. Al-Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis? Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley? Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer?
Present.
Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 6 members present.
We're doing legislative. It's now time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault, and battery and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Seeing as how there are no requests for agenda changes and/or additions, it is now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box was placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public who shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only one speaking opportunity per speaker. First public speaker, Madam Secretary.
R.L. Mitchell?
Hello, Council. I'm R.L. Mitchell. I live at 759 East Linden Avenue in Flint, Michigan. For the record, about this food bank situation over out on Flushing, we the people don't appreciate you people's giving away our opera money to the, they say, just put it in the account. And then you want to refuse to give it to them because it ain't nothing but a money pot. You should be like the Salvation Army. Gave about $650,000 back because they salvation. They're supposed to do it because it's free. Salvation Army in Flint. And talk about $3,000 a truck. We got 25 trucks over there at St. Mike's, and you got to pay the people for delivering the food, and they can't figure out how to pay the truck drivers to deliver the food like in Africa. They got the food, but they put it in the middle of the desert. Then when the people go out and get the food, they start to fight and kill each other. And that's what they mocking them for. That's what they want you to do. Fighting over food, and the thing that's supposed to save them is killing them. Just like that was St. Michael's become a food desert. And it's supposed to be all that junk and burning. You see they burning up the whole square neighborhood. Nobody, and Chief Green act like he don't see nothing. All that junk. Just like over in New York. Drunken mayor doing all that junk up, that strategy stuff and all that Eastern side junk. Talking about what he gonna do when he get president and all that. And everybody talking that junk up in, talking about Assalamu Alaikum junk. You know all that junk, and everybody gonna be Assalamu Alaikum bowing down to them, blow them towers down in New York again. I'll be back. Talking about I'll be back. Bin Laden. You drunken camel jockey junk. Hello, Mashak, say something on that. Yeah, like that old camel jockey come up. and blowed up 3 banks in New York and nobody say nothing about it.
Mr.
And
Mitchell,
all that.
Mr. Mitchell.
What?
I'm gonna let you continue on your time, but I'm asking you to refrain from using racial slurs. Please
But
continue.
honey, oh, yes, ma'am. And another thing about the city clerk, Davina Donahue, and she talking about the mayor's going to send her to get some more education before we even get this year out. She's supposed to be distributing that money out tonight, and the excuse is, I'm getting educated. That's her excuse by the little man downstairs. And whoever thought of such a thing? I think Second Ward thought of that. Look at her over there. Now listen here, lady. You went at McDonald's today. I mean, council lady, McDonald's got a problem over there in the morning time. They ran out of eggs and meat. And they're talking about, sorry, sir, you don't get feed today. Do something about that, honey, in your ward.
Thank you.
Madam,
Next public
come on.
speaker,
I
Madam
love Mr. Wood.
Secretary.
Next speaker is Stanley Wood.
How do you follow that up? So a few things I wanted to discuss that I ran out of time with. The coalition, or the Color of Law Coalition and Thanksgiving. These people do it with all their own money and donations from people. They went out and fed a lot of people on Thanksgiving Day with hot meals, with cold sandwiches for possibly the next day. So I want to give a shout out. I'd say to the girls, but I'm one of them now, so I can't say I'm the girl. But, you know, if you guys see it in your heart and you want to donate toward it, you know, their goal is to take care of the homeless or the unhoused, the drug addicts, giving them things like hats, scarves, socks, gloves, meals. We're trying to do some camping tents now and some sleeping bags. We have a homeless problem here in Flint. We have a drug problem here in Flint. Nobody will deny that. Like I told you, I wasn't here for the last few meetings, enjoying my vacation. But I want to say I'm happy that the North Flint Food Market opened up. I'm happy that another resolution come to give them some money. I was happy to see that. I wasn't in favor of it while they were still trying to build because it was many years in the works and who knew if it was going to open or not. But now that it opened, I wish them nothing but success. My only concern is there's a reason that was a food desert in that area, and a lot of that has to do with theft. Hopefully they can combat that there, figure out some way to take care of that. The St. Mark's vote at the last meeting, I was very disappointed in the Second Ward Councilwoman telling everybody, yeah, I'll work with this and we'll work through this, and then to have you vote no. That was really disappointing. The current leadership, like I said in my first thing, I think is inadequate. They've proven over the last year and a half, almost 2 years, that they don't have that leadership quality. And like I said, I mean, based on seniority, let's give Winfrey Carter a try. I mean, it can't be any worse. And the last thing is, don't think that you haven't heard anything from INA for the culture that they went away, because they haven't went away. You'll see something coming up soon. They're going to start fighting for the residents, but unfortunately, Judd has to get through his court case, his, as far as I'm concerned, a legal court case. But, you know, we'll see what that holds.
Next public speaker, Madam Secretary.
Next speaker is Claire McClinton.
Again, I want to underscore the challenges that we face here in the city of Flint and across the country, for that matter. The civil rights that we've enjoyed for years is being jeopardized now before the Supreme Court. Pretty soon, the last vestiges of the Civil Rights Act is being challenged. pretty soon we're gonna go back to Dred Scott, the Dred Scott case, which said a black man does not have any rights that a white man is bound to respect. Dred Scott, look it up. But we're also facing the issue of the working class and poor people don't have any rights that the rich people is bound to respect. That's where we're heading now. And you all have an opportunity to try to reverse this dinosaur of humiliation, exploitation, and oppression that's going on here in the city of Flint and elsewhere, and you are in the position to change these things. We can come up here and just complain and appeal to your better angels and ask you to stand up for our people. Stand up for the residents. You work for us. We forget that. But when the well-connected in this city come up here, they get all the respect in the world. They never get put out. They never are told, how dare you ask for a $72 million tax waiver and things like that. That's all fine and dandy. But when we ask for $16 million for rehab homes so that we can get some of these homeless people out of these vacant homes living in the shadows, they're not seen, they're not heard. And we've got to have a change in the leadership here in this city to even talk about these things. So I'm hoping again that you will consider Winfrey Carter, who's the senior. We're not talking about this camp and that camp. You all outdid yourselves last time because you usually 5 and 4, and that time you was 3, 3 and 3. Wow. You know, you done split yourself some more. So let's give her an opportunity to see, can she be a fresh face on the council to lead this council? Thank you.
Next public speaker, Madam Secretary.
Next speaker is Sarah Houston.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your responses back to me. Thank you, Ms. Mushat, for saying that you were going to lead the charge on Monday. I truly appreciate that. I think that you forget that I'm a sign language interpreter myself. This is my job. It's what I do. It don't cost that much. It don't cost, I did the math, actually. It's not going to cost more than $60,000 a year to provide interpreters for 8 hours a week. If y'all can get at least, you know, I've said 4 hours on Monday, 4 hours, and I think that's a lot. I think that's overdoing it. So don't give me that crap. I get so sick of people talking about it costs too much, but it don't cost too much to buy pens and paper and office supplies. These are people who need access to what's happening in their city, and I am tired of that being your excuse. They're not that expensive. Again, this is my job. It's what I do. Talk to people who don't know. I know. Don't appreciate it. Thank you all for your time.
Was that the final public speaker, Madam Secretary?
Last speaker is
Okay.
Rich Jones.
All right, thank you.
How y'all doing today? My song is over 3 minutes long, so I'll just play that late. But anyway, I left one of these up here with my flyer that I have. We're doing a Feed 60 on Christmas Eve. I need some support. That's on the flyer. And then also I'm doing a It Ain't Just You concert. I'm still going to do the No More Tears concert, Tanya, but I decided, being that this is going to be inside, I need to change the name. And plus, I had a dope design on the T-shirt, so I was like, I'm going to go and change the name for this one. But the No More Tears concerts will be coming back again this summer, but I'm going to do this one on March the 14th, and it's going to be entitled It Ain't Just You. And I'm about to play y'all some lyrics from my opening act.
In Jesus' name we pray. I might not go to church, but we speak every day. I need you, know you'll be on time because you never late. I know just like the Bible say that he make no mistakes. And if I'm not mistaken, I was made in your image. So every day I be sinning that night. I pray for forgiveness, trying to really change my ways. I don't like the way I've been living. It's a blessing I'm still breathing, all the chances I've been given. I could really use some healing. I'm feeling the Holy Spirit deep down in my soul. So whatever you put on me, I can carry the load. And when I'm in need and don't know where to go, Jesus grab the wheel, take control. The real me, you the only one who know. Trying to play the game how I go. And Jesus, without you, I would have never made it through. When everything fell through, I still had faith in you. You took my daddy some days, wish you would have took me too. And when I feel like that, I come to you. And you help me power through. And you give me the power to do anything I set my mind to. 2 sets of footprints in the sand. He trying to guide you. Close your eyes, I'm just praying the Lord find you. We all gotta die one day. Sorry, that's just the truth. Just something to think about. Look, I can't judge you. I just want you to know Jesus loves. One of the greatest to ever do it. Nobody just ever knew it. Lately I've been going through it, Lord, but you already knew it. No more excuses. The clock is ticking. Get up and get to it. Can't keep living in the past. So many snakes in the grass. Gin bottles under my bed. I was down spiraling fast. So I just looked to the sky and I asked, Lord, save me. I'm just misunderstood. My family think I'm crazy. But just a little bit, maybe. These Flint City streets made me, and it ain't never been gravy. It's always been a struggle. All my life I've been on the grind. It's a daily hustle. I'm talking 9 to 5 overtime. I'm in overdrive. 48 hours at the station. I was still.
Stop calling.
Risking my life running in flames and hell and real smoke. I know you probably hear me, but you don't feel me though. I came a long way, but I got a long way to go. I give all glory to you. I give all glory
Thank
to God,
you.
the reason-
I believe you said, Madam Secretary, that was the final public speaker,
Yes,
correct?
it is. Yes.
Seeing as how that was the final public speaker, we will now move on to council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers. Only after all public speakers have spoken, an individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
I'm going to take some time to speak about the homelessness. And it is overwhelming. It's heartbreaking because they are, Stanley, they're not trying to be seen. They are not trying to be seen. So the ladies went out. You weren't there, but you are part of the group. And I'm going to say this group of individuals work really hard. You have Diane, Debbie, Tanya, Beverly, Taylor. Tanya brought her husband and put him to work. And you don't, I did not, I knew we had a homeless problem. I did not know how much. Thanksgiving, I changed my plans to not eat with my family, but to go out to hand out hot food with them. And the backpacks with Narcan in them, with toiletries in them, things that they need, and blankets. People literally came out of buildings. We ran across one guy who was over in the 4th Ward by Kersley, showed us the pockets where they're living. And it's a whole community that trusts each other. People poured out of these buildings that when you ride by every day, you don't see them. You don't see them. Some have broken out windows. They're boarded up. They need coats. They don't have boots. Today, one of the guys could not go to St. Mark's to get help for therapy because his feet were frozen. His feet were frozen. And so when we look at this, it's a lot. So the Color of Law, ladies and gentlemen, do a lot of great work. And it is with their money. And it's a group that was started to serve good in this community that they took. I'm going to thank them as we all went out, giving up their Thanksgiving to make someone else have one.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Seeing as how there's no one else who wishes to speak during council response, are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Hearing none. Oh, sorry. I went backwards. Sorry. It is now time for the consent agenda. What is the pleasure of the body? There's been a motion to move to council by the councilman in the 8th Ward. Is there support? Supported by the councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Are there separations? Councilman in the 8th Ward, I think I heard him first.
I'm going to separate 250414.
Are there any other separations? Hearing none, the consent agenda will consist of 250413-T, which is the Code Amendment Ordinance, Chapter 50 zoning map. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Dr. Lewis,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley,
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Machette?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
You have 6 yes, 0 no.
There, six yes, 0 no. The consent agenda moves to council. Moving on to resolution 250414-T, which is the loan separated in last item on this agenda this evening, which is the Code Amendment Ordinance, Chapter 35, Personnel Article 5, Working Conditions. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
send to council.
There's a motion to send to council. Is there support?
I'll support for discussion.
It's been supported by the councilman in the 8th Ward. Is there a discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilman in the 8th Ward.
Obviously, nobody from the administration is here to discuss this. I would like to know what the budget implications are of this before we look at this further. And I don't know that the day after Christmas is a holiday for anyone. So I don't know how we can put this on for, I mean, the banks are open, mail runs, like the day after Christmas could, like, to me, that's not a holiday. So, and the day after Thanksgiving is very questionable. So I'd like to know the budget implications and why the day after Christmas is part of this resolution. So at this ordinance. So at this time, I will not be supporting this. Obviously, I'm willing to leave it here if we can get some answers to that. But other than that, I'm not supporting it today. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to discuss?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
I want to thank our councilman in the 8th Ward for addressing the same concerns that I had before I got to it. One of my other problems with this is that the banks are open, other businesses are open for business. The only time I've ever gotten those days off myself is when I worked for school. And the day after Thanksgiving at my last job, we did get paid extra for working that day. And we didn't get paid if we didn't, but it was not a mandatory day to work or not. It was your own choice. So I can't support it in its current form. I find it questionable whether it's something that the residents would want us to do, because that's their day off and they can come down and transact city business. A majority of people who work at GM and others, but not many people have those days off anymore. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak in the first round of discussion? Seeing as how there's no one else, I will take my time. To my colleague in the 8th and 4th Ward, I can answer any questions you have because this was introduced by me. I do want to address the first thing, Councilman in the 8th Ward. If you read 5, 6, 7, and 8, with the day after Christmas, it's only if it falls on a Friday. It's not any other time. And so if you go back and read like what the consecutive days are in this, and then as far as, and with the day after Christmas, while I will push forward, I am also flexible on the day after Thanksgiving. I do hear what you all are saying, but I also want you all to be mindful of city employees and the fact that they work the day before Thanksgiving. And then on Thanksgiving Day, they do not have an opportunity to really spend time with their families because they're probably still preparing meals, still trying to travel, still trying to get things done. Thanksgiving always falls on a Thursday, which means that next day will be a Friday. We have looked at the traffic that we get here in the city as far as people coming in, paying bills and taking care of business. The day after Thanksgiving, it just does not happen. It's rare. I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen at all, but the numbers are very low and it's very slow. I think that, and I appreciate everyone being mindful of business and people needing to handle it. And if that traffic that was coming into the building supported it, then I would not have introduced this. I think another thing we need to look at, and Ms. Priestley, I do hear you and I understand, but just because something was done to you doesn't mean you have to do it to someone else. I think we are in positions to give people reprieve, and so maybe we should look at doing so. I do hear everyone's arguments as to, excuse me, not arguments. I hear everyone's concerns about why they don't think this is a good idea. Like I said, with the day after Christmas, it was just thought of if Christmas was on a Friday, and if you read that, that's what it says here. I do understand, like if Christmas is on a Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, and then they come to work, that's fine. But my biggest thought here was the day after Thanksgiving, and I was here in the building. I was here in the building the day after Thanksgiving last year and the year before that, and so we're not seeing enough people coming in or attempting to even do business on that Friday. They're still at home. They're still relaxing. And so this, for me, was introduced because considering our employees that work here. And again, the fact that on that Wednesday before, they are at work here. And then on Friday, they are able to take the Friday off, but then they have to use PTO, which is like, come on now. I do hear you on the budget thing. I wish they would have stayed because they knew that this was on here. So I wish they would have stayed to discuss the budget implications. However, I do believe that budgetary wise, we will be fine with doing the day after Thanksgiving. I want to push for the day after Christmas if it is on a Friday, because again, you're going to deal with low traffic. So this isn't just the day after Christmas if Christmas is on a Monday or if it's on some day other than Friday. But I welcome to hear more of your thoughts on this, but I just think this is a gesture that the council can do for our employees who are here. And we all received the emails. We received email after email after email where we had to read the fact that our employees were told, you better be here even though the building is closed. And so they have to come to work. And I would not ever suggest that if they came to work, it was because that they didn't do any actual work. But I will tell you that that does a lot for morale when you have me sitting here for 8 hours and the amount of people that may or may not come in is maybe 30 minutes worth of people, if that. That there may not be phone calls that happen. And then also to say that they have to use their PTO again, I wish they would have stayed so we could talk a little bit more about the budget, but I believe that the way our budget is worked out, that it can be a paid holiday the day after Thanksgiving. I'm gonna say it one more time, is the consideration is the fact that on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, they are here. And so at 5 o'clock, when they get off work, everything else is shut down or shutting down and they're rushing to get things done, rushing to get things accomplished. Thursday, the actual day of Thanksgiving, if they have not started cooking before or stayed up all night to cook, that doesn't leave them very much time with their families. And so this is just us offering them that Friday for them to spend time with their families. Because a lot of times the traffic is not here coming into the city for people to handle business because people are at home with their families still doing other things, still doing shopping or whatever they may be doing at that time. They're not necessarily coming to the city in droves to handle business. I yield. Is there anyone who would like the floor in the second round of discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
Sorry.
Did you check with the county and the other municipalities to see what they do? Because I know Flint has some days, we're not in sync with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you looked at those, the county, and then did they give you a cost for paying and how many employees it would affect?
So, but there was supposed to be some materials or something sent that I never received.
Okay.
And so I don't have the answer to that. And I thought that they were going to stay for this discussion so that we could have the discussion.
Because it is dead in here.
It's dead in here the day after Thanksgiving.
I've been here during the Christmas season and it's dead.
Yes.
But, and I do have concerns about the department, the budget.
I
but
do, I
get
think
what
that
you
is a
have.
valid concern.
Yeah. That's it for me.
All right, is there anyone else in the second round of discussion?
Madam Chair,
Councilman in the Ninth Ward.
um, do you know, or can you share, it says level 22B. Where or who is that, or what levels would that be as far as, I'm assuming that's grading for positions? Do you have a feel for what that looks like? As far as what, I hesitate to use the word class of persons, but who are 22Bs?
That part, I'm not sure. What I would ask my colleagues to do is if we could move this to special affairs so that the questions can be answered, because we're coming up on Christmas. And so even if we don't agree to Christmas, that's fine. But if we could move it to special affairs where the administration will be here to be able to answer the budgetary questions, because that is a concern. If they can answer the different classes, if they can answer how this might affect any collective bargaining, I will be happy to do that. And if once it gets there, if we say, hey, just send it back here for some tweaking, or if we say, hey, only Thanksgiving and take Christmas off, I'm fine with that as well. But I just want to give the administration a chance to answer, especially since we're coming up against another holiday. So if we could consider moving it to special affairs.
Yeah, that's something I think we can consider. I also would share yes with the concern for budget, but I do and can appreciate the fact that we want to be and give consideration to our staff. Yet the staff is there to service the members in the community, whether it be one that come in a given day or 1,000. So have we, and I know that, part of the statement has been, well, yes, they can request the day off, but it's use of their PTO. Well, that's part of also benefit of providing PTO is that they get to use it when they want to use it. And if this is one of those days that they choose to use it, I'm assuming the day after Thanksgiving and the day after Christmas are not blacked out where you cannot request those days off. That would be my assumption. But maybe we give consideration to absolutely providing that as an option while ensuring that there is minimal staffing for those few community residents that might come in to use services. I just don't want, I'm concerned about shutting down and not providing the residents access to services. That's a in part a concern.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the second
Madam
round of
Chair.
discussion? Councilman in the Eighth Ward.
To my knowledge, this is only going to be for a certain employee, right? So the police officers and the firefighters, the day after Christmas isn't going to be a holiday for them. So everybody's essential in government, as far as I'm concerned. If they're not essential, then they shouldn't be part of the, like, if they're not essential, they shouldn't be here. So, I mean, how can we say that a secretary, a non-essential secretary or whatever, is getting a paid holiday, but the police and fire have to go out and work? They don't have the Friday after to spend with their family or I mean, they're working Thanksgiving too. So how can we say that, the secretary gets to stay home, but the police and fire don't get any extra benefit for working the day after Thanksgiving, the day after Christmas? To me, it's not something that makes sense at this point in time. Not for our current situation. I mean, if with all the collective bargaining, everybody's in 1,600 or 17, whatever that is. Now we're talking about changing collective bargaining by this. I'll be interested to see what the administration thinks. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the second round of discussion?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the fourth ward.
you know, I'm the daughter of an essential worker. My mother was a nurse. She worked every other holiday. And I learned how to make a turkey when I was in middle school because she had to work the next day and she was the first shift worker. So my dad didn't do it. I did it. She came home at 4 and that's when we ate. So that's the time she had to spend with her family. And sometimes she had to work the next day and sometimes she did the next. You do what you do for your job. I'm not against people having the time off. I just don't know that it's appropriate for the city. And when we're dealing with collective bargaining, as previously mentioned, and how it affects everybody. And we have our police officers and our fire department. And when we gave pay to essential workers, we included all of I think everybody and all the city employees who had to work received. We have sewer and water people working. They're essential employees to maintain our systems. So I just cannot support this as it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the second round of discussion? Seeing as how there's no one else in the second round of discussion, I'll take my time. I hear what you both are saying. And Mr. Pfeiffer, by your assessment, that means no one should have Christmas off. No one should have Thanksgiving off. That means you should be here on Christmas and Thanksgiving. That means you should be here the day after Christmas and the day after Thanksgiving as well. You see, as council people, we have the option to, if we didn't get a chance to spend time with our family the next day, we cannot come in here and we're still going to get paid anyway. And so I'm simply saying that when we talk about our employees and when you talk about, and Mr. Jared, I hear you. I do agree. I'm not saying that there isn't one resident that isn't important, but what I am saying is when we talk about the time ratio, if the whole point of a holiday is to spend time with your family and we're telling them to come in the day before and they're working all the way up into that holiday. So they don't, and then they're rushing and trying to do things last minute. Then you have that holiday where they're rushing and trying to do different things and spend time with family, and they don't even really get that time or that pause. And then the next day is a Friday in which they are coming in, and you have 5-10 people that come, but we're telling you have to be here 8 hours. And not only are we telling you have to be here 8 hours, we're telling you have to use your PTO to do it when, again, I agree, PTO is for people who need the time off, but what if I've had to use it because someone was sick? What if I've had to use it for other reasons? What if I'm new here and I don't have 8 hours worth of PTO? I think that there are just a lot of things that go along with this. And so that's why I'm asking that we give this a chance to go to special affairs. We have this conversation with the administration. If there are some things that need to be amended, fine. If it passes, fine. If it fails, fine. But I just want us to give our employees here an opportunity to know that we see you, we understand that you do not have the same option as this council, to where if you decide, you know what, I didn't get to spend enough time with my family on Thursday, so therefore on Friday, I'm going to do that. Or I didn't get a chance to rest, or I'm tired, or I didn't get that pause. I just think that we should give them the opportunity to do that. Additionally, Ms. Priestley, I hear you. And oftentimes we share personal stories while we're up here. And we say, this happened to me and that happened to me. But I'm sure you didn't want to have to learn how to make that turkey, but you had to. I'm sure the same way you didn't want to have to wait until your mother got off work, if she got off work on time. The same way, I'm sure you didn't want your mother to have to go to work, but she did. And so it was her profession, is what she chose, is what she did, is a sacrifice that your family had to have so that we could hear that story today. What I'm telling you is, if we have an opportunity that 20 years from now, somebody else doesn't have to tell that same story, so because we allowed our employees to have that time off, let's give it to them. Let's do it. I mean, there are a lot of struggles that we had to have, or former generations had to have, that they don't have to have if we're sitting in this position. We don't need to continue the generational struggle. I'm just asking that we move this to special affairs. I make a motion to move this to special affairs. Support. It's been moved and probably supported by the councilwoman in the 6th ward. Roll call vote.
Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is absent. Ms. Burns,
Yes.
Ms. Mashat,
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer, Mr. Jarrett.
Yes.
You have 5 yes, 1 no.
The vote is 5 yes, 1 no. This resolution will move to special affairs. That was our final resolution.
Motion to adjourn.
There is a motion to adjourn. Is there support?
Support.
It's moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the 6th Ward. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Ms. Priestley,
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is absent. Ms. Burns,
Yes.
Ms. Mashat,
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer, Mr. Jarrett,
Yes.
Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson? Yes. 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. The time is now 6:06 PM on Wednesday, December 3rd. This legislative committee meeting is adjourned. I don't think there's anybody else that needs to sign, do a speaker slip, but if you do.
Looks like it's empty. Looks like it.
Shit! When I'm gonna be unmuted, man? Where the fuck are they gonna get the money to pay these people? I'm all for them having the day after Christmas, the day before Christmas. Fuck it, give them the whole week off. But how the hell are these employers gonna pay for it? Hurley is under the charter as a city employee. That's why Winters Hall was able to retire at 20 after 25 years, because I was a city employee. I would love for Sheldon Neely to let the board, the Hurley Board of Managers and the CEO, Melanie Gabalik, know that these are now new holidays. The unions are going to be clapping, but Hurley is going to be in the red, because now you got to give people these days off. See, we already did that at Hurley. When the holidays fell on a Saturday and Sunday, you would get that. If you weren't scheduled to work, you would get that Friday or Monday off if it worked out, for that department.
The next meeting has started.
The time is now 6:07 PM on Wednesday, December 3rd. I hereby call this Government Operations Committee meeting to order. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Nice
Mr.
campaign
Al-Amin is
thing
not
that you're doing, Sheldon.
Dr. Lewis?
Give everybody the day off,
Ms.
because
Johnson?
what can they say? They got to cook their
Ms.
damn
Priestley?
turkey.
Present.
Hell,
Ms.
my
Winfrey
mama
Carter
had
is
to
not
work
in.
Christmas.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer?
Present.
Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 7 members present.
We have 7 members present. We have 7 members present. It is now time for the reading of the disorderly persons city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault, and battery and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. First, it's now time for requests for agenda changes and/or additions. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Seeing as how there are none, it is now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box will be placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. First public speaker, Madam Secretary.
R.L. Mitchell?
Hello, I'm R.L. Mitchell. For the record, through you, Madam Chair, Candace Mashak, through the lady, Miss Priestley, the one who got the money up, you passing out the money in Flint and don't want to. Miss Priestley, I heard you say your mother on Thanksgiving Day took time out to cook you a turkey and talking about you can't do the business because after the day after Christmas. And that's what's going on in Flint right now. At Flint Genesis, people's on strike. We're supposed to be taking care of sick peoples and stuff. And I want an investigation about that situation out in Genesis. Is it because they moved from Flint out there and they don't know how to deal with Flint people who come in there because they be sick and they don't want to? I want to, because my uncle, he was 67 years old. He stayed on Flint, on Parkway Street. And then my auntie went, and then he moved out there on Carpenter Road, right over there by that Social Security, that thing right there. And then the auntie come over there and took him out and put him in the hospital. And he had a girlfriend there, and there wasn't nothing wrong with him. And 2 days later, I went to see him. He was sitting up in the bed, and he died 2 days later. Wasn't nothing wrong with him. And she jumped on me and said, "What y'all do to her man?" My auntie still ain't, and she moved in Grand Blanc, Perry, May, a white. And my uncle's named Bobby Edwards. He worked at Hurley Hospital. But he dead now. And because I want you to, they told me, the nurse, she asked me how I got out there. I took a bus and I had to walk from the hospital down to McDonald's because the bus wouldn't even come so long. Then all the lights went out. She said, "I advise you not to come out here, sir, by yourself." And I still hear that stuff ringing in my ear. And you talking about you can't do no business in Flint after Christmas and after Thanksgiving. And what's with them I just sound like them the Middle East peoples. Wait until Israel gets sick and they gonna call this up, gonna deny them certain kind of medicine before they can die. And the beat goes on. And Chief Weber Green ought to go out there and investigate that junk. His name is Bobby Edwards. He walked with a limp because the mule down south kicked him when he was and broke his leg and got a metal in his leg, but wasn't nothing wrong. He worked at Great Giant one time. In the meanwhile, my other auntie, his wife lived on Rankin Street. So anyway, stay tuned, America, and you investigate that junk for me.
Next public speaker, Madam
Next
Secretary.
speaker is Stanley Wood.
First, as the city secretary, I want to let you know how loud you are, and I want to say I appreciate that. Usually with Davina, you can't hear. So I'm relatively speaking when I talk about this, that, my time on earth is short, what's left. I don't plan on dying anytime soon, but it's inevitable. I'm going to die one day. But I want you guys to know that I don't come here to this meeting for me. I come for my grandkids, for my children, for my other family members. I could just as easily sit at home and not be engaged, but I don't like the direction that the city is headed in. December 17th meeting, I was a little disappointed when I heard the vote to have everything go to special affairs and then have the council meeting. I kind of understand the reason for it, but why couldn't we have had all three committee meetings and then went straight to the council? It's the exact same thing. You're doing all the stuff from committees in the special affairs. To me, again, it looks like just an opportunity to limit the speaking of the public. So you went from 5 chances to speak to 2 chances to speak. I would have rather seen 4 chances, but that's just my opinion. The paid holidays, I'll address this again at special affairs, but I think they should just be aligned with the federal holidays. Whatever the federal employees work, that's what the city employees should work. You're a government worker. There's plenty of times in my life that I had to go into work and dealt with nobody in 8-hour shift, but I had to because that was a requirement. Now I could have, again, taken PTO and taken the time off. Councilwoman Johnson, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to help feed the veterans. I read on a post that you guys were in the North End area and feeding some veterans and stuff. veterans are close to my heart. I'm a veteran myself. I did 8 years in the Navy. And I think there's some of the most, what's the word I'm looking for, almost like undeserving of people that do things for this country. So veterans mean a lot to me, especially the homeless ones. And I guarantee you, some of those homeless we got in Flint are definitely veterans.
Next public speaker, Madam Secretary.
Last speaker is Claire McClinton.
Yes, I just want to reiterate that we're getting into a new year. This council need to come together and address the needs of the residents. And I spoke earlier about how mistreated and demeaned and humiliated that we have felt over these last several months with the leadership of this council. As a resident, it's just embarrassing. And here we are, a city known for its social justice character, and to be treated the way some of us has been treated is just inexcusable. Whatever the reasons there was for this, let's set that aside and go on and let Jerry Winfrey Carter give her an opportunity to address this residents, the needs of the residents, and maybe, just maybe, God forbid, unite this council. Unite this council with new leadership. Give her that opportunity. And I want to speak to the situation about giving a day off for employees. And with all due respect, Ms. Priestley, your family member was an essential worker. I don't think she's talking about essential workers. So let's just sit back and try to do what's right for humanity. Financially, it may or may not work, but let's try to continue to stand up for the human condition, for human dignity. And again, we as residents who pay the bills around here, remember, do we pay the bills? Y'all work for us. Y'all act like you working, we work for you. No, you work for us. And Flint has a reputation of being a humane social justice community. And we want to see that reflected in the decisions that's made down here. And we do not see that. So what we got to do is try to do, it's not it's not the who, it's the what. What do we need to do in terms of electing leadership that's going to turn the page and push the issue forward? Push our issues forward. Thank you.
Thank you. So that was the last public speaker.
Yes.
Seeing as how that was the last public speaker, it is now time for council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers. Only after all public speakers have spoken, an individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
I'm sorry, Councilwoman in the fourth ward.
Mr. Wood, one of the reasons why I proposed to eliminate the committee meetings on that day is because our meetings have gone to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on that night. And it's just tiring. And at 11 o'clock, I'm dead. You know, and I know that my other colleagues, those especially who have full-time jobs, I'm retired now, but those that have full-time jobs, getting up the next morning to go to work is very difficult when you're in a council meeting that long. And I thought in order to prevent that, and our staff, because we have city attorneys here, we have our secretaries here, so that they can not stay up that late. That's why I propose the elimination of the committees. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the third ward.
I'd like to apologize for my tardiness. I am also taking care of an aunt that has dementia, and she's been up since 2 o'clock this morning. So I was an oversight that I seen that we had a meeting today. But once again, the young lady who spoke, we do work for the people. You are absolutely right. We work for you guys. So anything that you need on all the councils we have, we're willing to listen and try to do our best in assisting you in anything that you have done. And also, Mr. Stanley, thank you. Mr. Stanley Woods, thank you for your comment, and thank you for your appraisal. I'm going to continue to work for veterans and any part of the third ward or any ward that needs my support. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Seeing as how there's no one else who would like to speak during council response, I'll go ahead and just take a few moments here. I want to thank Councilwoman Johnson, Councilwoman Burns, Councilman Pfeiffer, and Councilman Jarrett for at least allowing the conversation to continue in special affairs as it relates to holidays here at the city and our employees. I definitely look forward to having an open dialogue with the administration on Monday about this as we are moving forward. And that is all the time that I will take today. It is now time for the consent agenda. What is the pleasure of the body? There is a motion to move the council by the councilwoman in the fourth ward. Is there support? I'll support that. It's been supported by the councilwoman in the seventh ward. Are there separations? Really? The complete separation. Moving on to resolution 250412, reappointment Hurley Board of Hospital Managers, Corinne Edwards. What is the pleasure of the body? Councilwoman in the fourth ward. There's a motion to move to council. Is there support?
Support.
It's been supported by the councilwoman in the sixth ward. Is there discussion?
Yep.
Councilman in the eighth ward.
So we have been asking for weeks upon weeks, maybe, probably years, for the Hurley Board on residency requirements. I know that this is a City of Flint resident, but we have been asking for terms for who's a city resident, who's not a city resident, and we can't get anything. So at this time, I'm not voting on this. So until we get the information that we ask for, I'm gonna decline to vote on this one. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the first round of discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the sixth ward.
That is a legitimate concern that Councilman Pfeiffer has stated. We should have that. And we should have, maybe if it's gonna probably overload special affairs, but send it to special affairs.
Are you making a motion?
So I'm gonna, because this should have been, this is ridiculous, because people have moved out of the city, I know for a fact.
Kim, before you make that motion, I want to talk.
Okay, you wanna, okay. So we do need that information before. I think we have to quit letting stuff slide, because this is where we get these resolutions and we don't get the information on them. But they want it to be passed, and it's not fair to us, because this is our job to ask questions and to make sure it is okay. We don't know who all on that board and whose term, who's up, where they living at, because some of them don't even live in the city anymore. And are we at the max that the number of city people that we can have on that board, and who are the people who are for the city? So we need to know the makeup that board is comprised of. So I'm going to yield the floor, because I know you want to speak.
All right, thank you. Anybody else in the first round of discussion? Seeing as how there's no one else, I will go ahead and take my time. So, Mr. Pfeiffer, I do hear what you're saying. And I do understand why you're taking that stance, even though, again, like you said, this is a Flint resident. We do have her resume. Ms. Winfrey Carter is not here, but we do have her resume. And so I am prepared to move this to council tonight, but if, I know at one point in time, there was requests made for, information about all of the boards that we currently have, right? And so I will make that request again to find out who sits on all of the boards that we have, as well as the requirements for all of the boards that we have. I will send that email to the city clerk. I see the secretaries are here as well, so they can also make note of the request. We want all of the boards, every board, and the requirements to sit on all of the boards. We want to know, who is currently on all of the boards, when their terms expire. But Hurley is more pressing right now because we will need to make a vote on that. So if we could make sure that we have Hurley and that information for Hurley's board by Monday, that would be amazing. With that said, I will yield my time going into the second round of discussion. Is there Councilman in 8th Ward?
Madam Clerk, if you're watching, I think you are watching, that
Mhm.
this is your responsibility. We've asked, Madam Clerk, we've asked you for months and months, if not longer. So I'm looking at the secretary now, but Madam Clerk, I know you're watching, I know you hear me. I need you to do your job and get us the addresses and get us who is a resident and who is not a resident of the Hurley Board. With that, I will make a motion to send this to Special Affairs.
There's a motion to send this resolution to Special Affairs. Is there support?
Support.
Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the 6th Ward. Roll call vote, Madam Secretary. And that is to send resolution, the only resolution item here, 250412-T, which is the reappointment to the Hurley Board of Hospital Managers, Corinne Edwards, to Special Affairs.
Mr. Al-Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis? Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley? Yes. Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Machette?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
You have 7 yes, 0 no.
7 yes, 0 no. That resolution moves to Special Affairs.
Motion.
There's a motion to adjourn by the council person in the 8th Ward, supported by the council person in the 6th Ward. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson? Yes. Ms. Priestley? Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Machette?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
You have 7 yes, 0 no.
7 yes, 0 no. The time is 6:28 p.m. on Wednesday, December 3rd. The Governmental Operations Committee meeting is adjourned.
Wow. An hour and a half. I mean, I got through a committee meeting in 5 minutes once. Remember that?
Today you got 25.
I did, but that was that was
Is it over yet?
It's been over, dog.
I can't believe it. It's over. It's a live show. It's a live. Yes, the show is live.
Live.
Go blue, Jasmine. Go blue.
Go blue. Trey McKinney, go blue. Can y'all hear me?
No, they can't.
She
I got
said,
you
let me
muted.
call in. Hold on. Let me do all of the things that I gotta undo and finish my Walmart order. And then we gonna take calls tonight. Hold on. I gotta finish my Walmart order.
Do your thug thing. Well, I cannot believe city council is over.
But they last to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning.
You know, Judy had
That's
to lie.
why they had to move all of them meetings together. What a lying ass.
Well, she didn't lie.
On the Apple Cash. That ain't the one I want. Damn. You know what? I'm not even about to do all of this right now. This is just too much for a Walmart order. Order arriving around 6:46.
She was bragging about it being. She bragged about it being over.
Why they just didn't look? Okay, so So they 4 minutes away. 6:30.
How you doing, the lovely Linda? You know me, just chilling. Carmen Lewis, thank you for tapping in. Thank you, beautiful people, for tapping in. For we can give y'all a little bit.
Y'all lock the dogs up and go downstairs
a little bit.
and look out the door. The Walmart order should be there in 4 minutes.
Nope, I don't even know who that is, good brother Derek.
Put a blanket over Granny so she don't get cold.
Yeah, the chat. They said, Mick, I need to hear your opinion of Rich's song.
Of who?
That song. Rich was a promoter tonight.
Rich sung a song.
Yeah, he played a promoter. He's coming back. He's doing his that concert, whatever he be doing, and stuff. So he played his song. The song, I'm not gonna lie.
Did he do that?
The song was nice that was played, but I just ain't understand. Just being on the real, I didn't understand him coming up there bringing a song. Well, listen, he got his song out there. He might be a promoter. He might be a manager. He might be promoting. You know what I'm saying?
What he promoting?
A song. He said he got a concert he doing and everything.
He got some money.
Yeah. I'm being.
Dude, that's the name of it. 21 Wishbone on cassette.
21 records.
Oh Lord!
Yeah,
and he giving away T-shirts. It's colder than a motherfucker out here, but he got some money. How did he get his money though? Allegedly.
I don't know.
Well, let's take a guess. Let me adjust my critical thinking hat. I would say, allegedly, if he was to get some money, he got it through that basketball stuff. Because notice he was there every basketball vote that they had, kids basketball stuff. That's all he into is gym and basketball. I don't give a fuck what he say about me. He's 60 years old and still think he gonna make it to the NBA.
Shout out to Davina for not doing her damn job, as Tarzan said. Do your job, Davina. I've been telling y'all, Davina been playing. Y'all don't want to listen. I'll be like, oh, Spacely don't know what he talking about. And when don't nobody come see you, Otis, and you see how Davina doing, y'all. Davina is right out the gates of how to play somebody.
Listen, I'm glad we got some good, everybody on this chat, some good educated people. Oh, I said I got to do this because Jasmine want to call in. Jasmine got a lot to say. She want to call in. So where's St. Louis at? She been on here.
Christy Coleman in the building. Good evening to all the beautiful people who tapped in.
So glad to see y'all. I did my first Walmart grocery order, and y'all trying to explain to an 85-year-old man how them groceries gonna get from Walmart to the house, and you ain't got to go get them. Daddy said, what if they eat my food? I said, Daddy, them chicken wings is frozen. Them old people don't be playing with nobody else touching their food.
Nah, you ain't missed nothing special, Cicero. You ain't missed nothing.
I couldn't believe they did 2 meetings before I got here.
You sure did. Blew through them.
Hell, Monday, you have to send me a link on my phone so I can do half of it.
We had to hear about Judy cooking an unseasoned turkey for Thanksgiving when she was 12.
I
other
had
than
to
that,
learn how to cook the turkey because my mom had to work. Shit, mine did too. My mom worked every Christmas.
Everybody worked. Like, that's something new. That's welcome to reality, Judy. Blackfoot.
And that ain't for us. That ain't for us. That ain't for them people down there that they want to get them days off. That's for they ass that want to get paid and go on vacation. They'll want to go to Maryland for a little while.
How much I wouldn't give them nothing. They ain't did no work to deserve that. Adele them been what was that? What they went to Aspen, Colorado, Dubuque. That was Dubuque, Iowa. They done took enough trips on the damn taxpayers.
Judy voted no on it, right? Judy the only one that voted
and
no?
Dennis.
Dennis didn't vote no.
Or no,
He
Judy
sat
was
up
the
there.
only one. Yep,
Yes.
Judy.
It's like
What's up,
Dennis,
Patrice
what
Moore?
they got held over your damn head? Because you asked all the right questions. Dennis, you are a businessman. If somebody sent you a letter and said that you got to give your employees extra holidays, you would go through the damn roof because that's coming out of your pocket and it has to be budgeted. I'm all for them getting their days off. Lord knows, I wish I was working and got all them days off. I ain't mad at them. Get your days.
But answer this, Winters. Hold up.
How they gonna pay for
But
it?
don't they take days off and come when they want to come anyway?
I'm talking about the employees.
No, I'm talking about them council people that's trying to get that holiday. Don't they take off when they want to take
They
off?
take off and come and go as they please.
And they
but
still
he
get
trying
paid,
to
right?
do this for employees.
Sometimes it ain't worth it.
But another thing they hurried up and quickly scurried over is that level 22B.
What's that?
Now, I don't know how the levels work at the city of Flint, but at the city hospital, when you start going up to level 22B, you're going up to directors, supervisors, stuff like that. You're not talking about the clerks and the people in the finance and all of that type of stuff. They still gonna have to use their days. So I know y'all listening, or somebody gonna take it back what I'm saying anyway.
They watching.
I hope to God y'all ask two questions.
What's the two?
How will this get in the budget? These extra holidays that I'm assuming is going to take place later on this month because it's supposed to go into effect, 9 days after they sign it or some shit.
Mm.
And then my second question is
Mhm.
find out that level 22B and see if it's really for all the people. Oh, I know Sheldon gonna kick my ass for this, but see if it's really for all the people, or is it just them high level people?
Another campaign. Who will you? You know what? Now he told Candace to fight that. Fight that. He told her to go. You can sell it. What's up, the lovely Sherry Allen in the building?
Okay, you can put Spacely. Rock that damn phone number up there. We can take calls today.
I don't want to talk.
Ain't nobody call.
That's why I ain't putting it up. You want to talk to me? I don't want no calls coming through.
I just want to make sure that my Walmart order get there because I ain't.
And she say this phone number is open 24 hours.
It sure is. You can call anytime you want
You
to.
won't, and just make sure you hit that cash app. If I can get what I need. What's up, Ron Uncut? What's up, Zachary in the building?
Hey, everybody doing?
Is council people considered city employees? That's what Zachary wants.
They gonna say they are. They gonna say we work for you, the city residents. But yeah, I'm sure that they are considered city employees because they get the city insurance, they get the city benefits, they get city escorts. Uh-oh. Here's the former mayor's daughter.
Dr. Weaver, daughter called in.
Adrian and Alana was not calling you.
Oh, my bad. I didn't say calling. I said
Shouts
call
out-
it in.
shouts out to
My
my baby
bad.
girls.
Wrong mayor. Sorry about that. What's up, Jasmine?
Or Heather. Heather. I like Heather. That's your sister. She's more my age.
She's more your age. Yeah. We're all the same age now.
We're
You
not
know, once
all
you-
the same age. You're
Yeah,
the
we-
baby.
Once you hit 40, it's a wrap.
Well, okay, I agree with you. What's going on, Jasmine?
Jasmine in the
What's
building.
up, people?
What it do?
First of all, no, city council is not city employees.
Uh-oh,
Like,
talk
what
to
are they
'em.
even talking about?
Facts.
Sorry.
Let them know.
They're not employees of the city. They are elected officials. Act like that. The second thing is, I mean, you know, you prepared budgets. Mickey, you prepare budgets. Like
Because
we
he ain't
all
paid. He
prepared.
ain't paid me.
And ain't
He ain't paid you. Well,
His
you know,
budget's short. No, but go ahead.
for a good reason.
You gonna have to talk to the union about that.
Right, that part.
Trevor. So, but you know, like these are things that you budget at the beginning or the end of before you start a fiscal year.
There you go.
You don't decide the week before the holiday, oh, you know what? I want to give my team an additional week off because they're really hard workers. You know, I think that, and I think everyone agrees that the city workers need morale boosts. They need all kinds of things. They need better pay. They need better leadership. But to decide a couple of weeks before the holiday that you want to give them the day after Christmas off is actually poor leadership.
If I was a union employee though, Jasmine, a union president, I'd be all down there tomorrow. Give them their days, damn it. Give them their days. But the thing about it is, Jasmine, and you may know from being, I don't know if they kind of changed the pay scales and stuff since your daddy was mayor. But you may still know the answer to this. Level 22B, aren't we getting up there with the salaried hourly workers?
So I am more in the federal space, but I would say that the more you go up in pay grade, the levels go up. So it sounds like it to me, but I don't know for sure. I do think that it would be a morale buster because it wouldn't even apply to like police or fire from what they were saying. And so, I mean, you know, you just have to, I don't know, it's not well thought out. I mean, I think the sentiment, if the sentiment is true, is nice, but at the same time, like you haven't budgeted this, you don't know what you're doing, and then nobody shows up to even be able to support it. So
yeah, they don't need to. They had enough support tonight. It passed to special affairs.
I think people voted for it to go to special affairs so they could get their answers. I don't know that they necessarily will support it if they don't get the answers they want in the full council meeting. So,
Jasmine.
I mean, I don't know because, you know, you never know, but it's all politics.
There you go,
but it's
baby.
good to talk to y'all.
You too, sweetheart.
Hey, thanks for calling in,
Jasmine.
Thanks.
And go
Bye.
blue.
Go blue. Trey McKinney, mama.
sure.
All right, y'all. Bye. Y'all call in. It still say the morning bump. Call in. We can talk to the morning if you want to.
What it do, Uncle Carl?
But it's the nightly nip.
Well, it was Flint City Council really is the title because we just took over and turned it into like the nightly nip and certain things of the morning bump. You heard?
It should have been 2 orders. Oh, dang. I'm talking.
Now your daddy know why his food not here.
Hello. Thank you for calling the nightly nip.
Good evening. This is Pastor Gaddis.
Good evening.
Good evening. Excuse me. I just had a big old pork chop. Good to talk to y'all. Hello, Mickey.
What it do?
My brother. What in the world was that? A waste of time to me. I don't know about y'all. That was a waste of time.
Well.
Oh my God.
That.
They just whizzing through everything.
Didn't we say yesterday?
You said
half that stuff we didn't know what it was. It's just gonna pass through the consent agenda.
And what I don't understand is the other ones just nobody's saying anything.
No.
Nobody's saying anything. They just sliding stuff right on through.
Yeah.
The residents is still being ignored.
Yeah.
And guess what? The water still is not fixed.
There you go.
The water is still not clean. Y'all don't hear me?
Yes, we do.
It's still not clean. It's still not fixed up.
Yep, sir.
And so every time I get on the platform on Sunday, I'm going to always call the city of Flint out in my sermon and my prayers. Every Sunday, I tell my church, we're going to get through this winter, and Lord's willing, we're going to be back, come back up there.
Amen.
And I'm going to be getting with y'all, being Ashley both. I want to do some stuff out in the community this time. I want to, do some things like that. But, yeah, they just, I don't know. And, I see Liddell was quiet. I think she know her days is numbered.
Shit, I think she knew they had the vote. She didn't really need to be upset tonight.
Oh, so that's what it was. She sure was quiet. Yeah, I tell you, man, it's just getting to be a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, I don't know. The last meeting, I was like, why did I even waste my time? But I'm not gonna stop watching the meetings because I'm just watching and seeing what's going on.
Absolutely.
So I can know, be alert too. Because like I tell people everywhere I go, Flint matters.
Yes, sir.
Flint matters. Mickey, I'm trying my best to get hold to that weedy poison. I'm definitely gonna get 2 copies of it for me and Ashley both. We're gonna study that thing, but y'all got to wake up and see what's going on. Residents of Flint, come 26, y'all need to seriously vote the right people in. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't gonna call nobody out. Just the handwriting is on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You see what's about to happen. Now watch what I tell you. Just like you've been saying, Brother Mickey, come January, you're gonna see all these people promoting themselves.
Yeah.
You're gonna be going into churches. I tell people all the time, I don't mix the church and politics, but I do believe in that people that's oppressed need to be blessed by God.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I see corruption, when I see unrest, I'm going to take a stand for that. Right. And that's what I see when I look at Flint. But I know I got to get on out the way because I feel my Sister Winters is pulling my coattail. No, I love y'all.
We love you too. You ain't
I'll
love
keep y'all and on our prayer list, Brother Mickey. I know I believe you had some death in your family and everything. We just want you to know we praying for y'all and Sister Winters, I always try to reach out to you. We're going to keep your mother in prayer.
Thank you so much.
Amen. Because let me tell you this, and I'm going to let you go. I know what the doctor said, and I know what everybody else might say, but you keep on doing what you're doing for your mother because God going to have the final say in this one. Okay? I just want to say that. I know him as a first-class physician, and he ain't never lost a patient. And I pray and ask God to touch her body and keep her here for long as he see fit.
Thank you.
Because she have done a lot for you and rest family. I can tell, I ain't even met her, but I can tell she's a good mother. So we're going to keep Mother Marsha in our prayers.
Thank you so much.
And y'all be blessed. And let me say this. Y'all know I always said, God bless the residents of the city of Flint. And God bless 810 News Media Group. And I'll see you in the morning, Mickey. God bless you.
All right. Be waiting. Thank you, Pastor. All right. Have a good one.
Love y'all.
Love you too.
Bye-bye. Love you. Have a blessed one.
He got a good heart.
Yes, he does.
He got a good heart, man. Good heart. The Walmart delivery has arrived. I was hoping they
ate a grape out your daddy.
We didn't get no grapes. I couldn't get nothing that came open, or he would have left it right out there on the porch. First, he trying to figure out, you can't talk to the people, Daddy. Just let them drop the groceries off and gone. No. Okay. Anyway, let's get to it. Now, Dennis Alexander Jefferson Pfeiffer. Why do you ask such wonderful questions and then still vote yes? Seems like you didn't want to vote yes, and you hung your head low and you said yes. You ain't gotta be with them, dog. You can stand. You know that shit was wrong. Dennis, again, you're not gonna let nobody tell you how to run your company. It's not budgeted. And then Jonathan, you're a banker, buddy. You work with money. I mean, I kind of got a little questions about that. You work with money. Jonathan, the last time you voted on something, you wanted to have the budget, and they said, just vote for it. We're going to get it for you the next meeting. Unless they gave it to you in secrecy. And, I don't know everything. And you don't have to tell us everything. But, I mean, if you could wink or let us know, or maybe some of the other ones can answer. Has anybody on council seen a signed copy of the budget? I mean, I just think that this is something that the public should know. If I'm wrong, let me know. Maybe we don't need to know if the budget has been signed or not. But I'm just saying they promised JJ, if he voted for whatever that was Candace wanted last month, they was going to get him the budget if he just voted for it, and he voted for it. So I'm just wondering if they ever going to do what they supposed to say. Well, I know y'all see voted to send it to special affairs, but why not leave it in the committee if you got questions? Come on, y'all. Everybody on here started watching mostly because of Eric Mays, a good percentage of y'all. And what did Eric Mays say? Special affairs is just where you go change a couple words and polish it up to get it to council. Special affairs ain't where you go to get your questions answered. You should already know all of the answers by the time you get to special affairs. You should. You don't even know how they gonna pay for it. So maybe I missed it because I got here late. But all of them firefighter trainees that they got the grants for to use for their training equipment, did anybody ask what are they gonna do with the money since they got grants? What are they gonna do with the money that they had for, for that? Anybody ask that question? Did anybody ask, or did it even pass about that $900,000 that they said they voted for something on 2023, but they needed to vote for $900,000 again? Did anybody ask what happened to the $900,000 that they voted for in 2023, or they just let that pass too? Do you know, Mick?
To be honest with you,
Why you ain't up here?
because you was doing a call in, and I took myself off. I just made you I just put you on. What's the name? I wasn't nothing to do. I've been right here. It all passed. I asked that question to you. Went this Holletta said, "What's up, the lovely Holletta in the
What question,
building?"
cuz, did you ask? Which one did you ask to me? I seen your question that you asked, where was Veterans Day at on that list? Man, they probably said that's a federal holiday.
In fact, she was accurate. Said there was no questions. All moved to council.
No questions. So
they just moved.
That's why we ain't going down there in the cold. If they ain't got no damn questions, why should we?
To me, I don't know the strategy. That's why I hate even. No, I don't know their strategy. What's going on?
Campaign season.
Facts. And I hate to get I hate because I be coming, and I get on here, don't get it twisted. When Councilwoman Burns, if I do step out, she'll come in and and say, I don't know what they doing, but I don't think they needed them holidays. To me, it's like they trying to get more money. So why would y'all want to pay yourself? First, do something for the residents.
But they saying that is for the residents.
That's not for the residents. That's for the people who's working for the city. If I'm not, is that for everybody? Or is that just for downtown?
Oh, that is just,
okay.
I'm just saying that is for the workers.
They ain't did enough. Have you rode around Flint and looked? Do you think they need to be paid more? Do you think some people show up how many times to council? How many times they meet them on at council?
Mickey,
4 times
a month.
4 times, and Judy talking about councils going to 1 or 2 o'clock. No, it don't.
Since when?
Yeah,
when the last time they stayed down there to 1 2 o'clock?
She just get up there and lie. It's just it baffles me how she can sit up there and lie.
Nobody called her out.
And the 4th ward can handle it. No, it wasn't because it's election time. No, any of them. Me personally, if you voted to give yourself some extra time, I wouldn't vote you for nothing in office. I wouldn't vote because once again, this is that BS. Y'all come when y'all want to come anyway. How long has people been missing and was still getting paid?
Facts.
I'm just saying, people been missing down there months.
No, you're right. Council are not city employees. They are public officials. But them public officials get paid by the city, and I guess they want those days off too. They not doing it for they doing it for a reason, and it show ain't for the because they love the people all of a sudden down there. They don't love the workers all of a sudden.
Nah, we ain't established, really, Zach, we ain't established nothing. What we established is they steady trying to get more money. I wouldn't have a big fit, Zach, if the city of Flint was looking better. I don't believe nobody downtown all need to get, they already get Saturday and Sunday off. They don't need no more time off. I'm not impressed by nothing I seen. Them telling me get them time. No, none. Not even in the clerk. I'm damn sure don't want to see nobody make no money in the clerk office the way they've been screwing people over.
I think that we like salt and pepper in the clerk.
I like them, but I'm just saying I don't want to see nobody get no raise until they can get that together.
But shit, they already gave a raise to the police sergeants.
And I don't know what for. Did you just see when they had, I forgot who just wrote an article. Wasn't it in your group?
Arthur,
when they
the
just
former
show,
prosecutor Arthur Bush.
yeah, when he put that, you see, Art was up. You want to get them some more money? So they up here want to get the police some more money, and they're already disrespecting the residents. I wouldn't give nobody nothing until we can get treated right. You gonna stick with the pay that you got? You're already getting paid more now.
I want someone on council to call them people down there Monday and ask them, where does level 22B start at? And I bet you it's highly, if they going by that same salary chart or close to it from Hurley, the city hospital, which most of their HR department came from Hurley, FYI. Or trained by staff from
just
Hurley.
knowing that much, I don't want nobody getting no extras. No, we figure it out up under the new
Mr.
administration.
Charlie McClendon.
New administration, new council people, maybe it'd be different. We can do that, but
They had
mm-mm,
Deidre Rourke's down there.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Hell, at one time, Sheldon borrowed the human resources director from Hurley and paid him, what was that, $63 or $75 an hour?
And they was getting paid from Hurley too, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was getting paid.
Double dipping, sap suckers.
Do y'all remember that?
I don't. I just threw that out there.
Remember how he borrowed the human resources director from Hurley? So that's why I'm saying I was a level 23 when I was at Hurley. And you telling me that level 22B, I know that's not maintenance men. Ask the question, somebody. Just ask the question. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I think you are.
I hope I am. I hope it's for the low level employees. I hope that y'all not letting all these executives get the days off after Christmas and all of that. And the lower staff still got to burn their days, their vacation and personal
Lord
time.
have mercy. No Taco Tuesday for y'all.
Well, phone lines are still open, y'all. 810-610-7851. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? And do y'all think you think that the county gonna go ahead and get all these days too? You think they're gonna go ahead and play with them too? They're gonna get Black Friday as a holiday and the day after Christmas. Then they get the day before Christmas. Wait a minute, did she say they get the day before Thanksgiving and the day after to prepare the food? Like they're just coming up with holidays.
So
and shit.
it is.
See, we want the day before the 4th of July. Give us some holidays when it's warm outside. We want the day after the 4th. We celebrate on the 5th. Thanks for calling the Nightly Nip. What's your name and where you calling from?
So y'all, this is Derek D. Williams. I'm calling from San Francisco, though I was born in Flint, Michigan, 1600 Line Street. What up, though, y'all?
What's going on?
You know, and I just want to say this in regard to, what y'all broadcasting right now, about the council getting time off and do we even need council? Okay. I I voted yes, and I seen on there that only 5% voted yes, and I was one of the 5%. And the reason I say that is because had not it been for council and the little bit that they do and talk about, we wouldn't be talking about what we talking about right now, which are the issues that we are still suffering from. You feel me? You know, we'll still be in the dark about certain things. You know, so we don't know what's going on in their lives. Politicians, seat members of cities and towns do have more stress levels than regular residents and workers of the city. So, you know, we gotta kind of, you know, put ourselves in their shoes if that's possible, and understand, you know, the stress levels of them type of jobs. Look at Obama when before he took office, his hair was black, you know, nice, young looking. When he left office, hair gray, his whole hair was gray. So, you know, stress.
Right.
We got to think about that, and our mental state of mind in doing jobs for our people is way more important than going in every day showing up. We need to be like I was telling my boys yesterday, they dropped the glass off the table. I'm like, see that? Let me know y'all tired. Y'all been on the computers all day. Y'all not focused. You see what I'm saying? So they can come in there every day and, you know, be still dealing with stuff outside of the job and not get the job at the job right, or deal with the issues they dealing with at home. So it's a loss. You know, so we got to just say, well, yeah, okay, mental health, mental time is important. We just need to chalk it up to, okay, that's mental stress time. You dig? So that's what I feel.
All right. And I thank you for your opinion. Thank you for calling in for that.
Thanks.
Right. No media, y'all have a great holiday. You feel me?
Thank you.
You have
too.
a blessed one too.
And you keep watching.
I sure will. All right.
All right.
You have
Thank
a blessed
you.
one. I you know, I can understand it. I can understand it, and I see Zach saying, "Speak, Carly." Yeah, it is a lot of stress when you stealing. It is a lot of stress. It is a lot of mental breakdown when you doing for self and you trying to do right. Now, I agree with the call if it was really them people was doing right. So a lot of the stuff that they doing, like when Liddell was harassing that lady over that bridge car snap gate, that was stress.
That was stressful.
Because she spent over and didn't want to do right by that lady. Then she sicked them people on her. That is when you
She
being
had
the
to
devil.
get that police escort.
Yes.
That was stressful.
Yeah, the devil, yes, to do that. Yes, he right. Obama did come in, but when Obama found out he was the joke, stressed his ass out. That's usually what happened.
Leon, 10 PPOs. That has to be stressful.
Hell
to put all
yeah,
of them
that's
in.
stressful.
Shit.
And just think, and you get caught doing things. Have you ever seen? Hey, you don't think the court's working overtime? Like, oh my God, here he coming again. Don't you know that judge probably being stressed out? I got to sign another one.
And they going to different judges now.
Yeah, stress. You don't think they like, you finna put all our business out here. You don't think they looking at Neely like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Some of these PPOs is just downright disgusting. We can't put this one through. That's what I'm saying. That's stress,
It's
you know.
like, but Mickey, is that a part like of the? I don't even know. Like, so you can't come up there and say nothing because you can get a PPO. The way it looks like, you can't come up there and say nothing. Like, Liddell, you know, you took that lady's bridge card because it's on her Ring doorbell, and she let us listen to it. She can go get a PPO.
So can. And you didn't even want to get at. We know how. I don't know how it go, but I heard allegedly.
Yeah.
You usually pay people if you go over.
Right.
But she didn't. She used her power as being a council person to harass this lady. But that's stressful, especially when you much lying that she be doing.
Very stressful.
Like when she said cars were sliding off because of the Black Lives Matter mural that was on the street.
Yeah.
When you got to keep that lie going, it's stressful. Yeah. When she walked out and said she didn't on the Mitchell boys, and like how she lied on her baby, said she was she's where her kid was going to school, that she was one of them parents that show up at that was a lie. But see, when you got to keep lying, stress. It's only stressful. Just like you know how great when I was lying at that last spot I was out, they was treating me right. I did all that lying, then I had to tell y'all the truth, but it came out great. When I found out that these people in this politics is something else, hey, when I started saying the truth, blood pressure went down.
They're
I couldn't
all
stop.
the same.
I couldn't stop the gray though. It was already in them. It already had set off.
I thought Miss Gladys was crazy. She's right. They're all the same. It's one big uniparty.
Fact, I did right. When I found out.
And Lord, when they tell us we need to pick the right politicians next year, popularity wins the seat around here. They do not vote according to level of skill, resume, background. None of that. None of that gets you a job or gets you elected. It's popularity.
You got a state rep that won't say nothing. That's what I'm saying. You don't think Davina, now, I don't know how Davina shit staying black, all that lying and she doing up there, clerk. But I thought about it. She's getting paid for her job.
She has no worries. And I mean, that timer that Stanley had about Davina and them papers then passed 2 times. Davina ain't got a worry in her heart.
Stanley, that's why, Stanley, goodness in your heart, you want to do right. But it's hard trying to do right with a person. Now, I keep telling y'all, don't y'all see 21 coming down there as a promoter now?
Lord have mercy.
There ain't nothing being said. How many more vacations do Davina get to take? Because she ain't using none of that shit unless you saying to them seminars they're going to how to suppress the people. And now, if that's what they teaching where she going, because I mean, it's impossible they following the rules. I'm just saying, maybe they're going down there how to suppress the people. We don't get to go to them seminars, so how will we know how they is? I heard when Tina went to one, I don't know, but they're talking about, well, you don't like voting for your own, get your own money. I'm not saying it verbatim, but do you think they paid attention on how to act at council?
Hell no.
So why would you keep sitting?
Liddell was down there telling everybody she getting money off of her podcast. They too worried about her damn podcast.
She went down there with that?
Yes.
But did she tell how she voted for her own money?
No. She didn't tell that part. She didn't tell that at all.
She ain't say none of that.
She didn't tell how she tried to start up a podcast, but ain't nobody watching.
She ain't say none of that, did she? Now that, and she done went down there and she's a tattletale.
Yeah.
But you see the silliness that she took down there.
That's bullshit.
She didn't go down there as a dog. She went down there as a kid.
Yeah, she did. And came back as a kid too.
Oh, yeah.
But she's scared though.
Of
she's
who?
Scared. She's scared. I don't know. She had the police escort. That's what I'm saying. That's stressful. But she wasn't scared when her ass, she didn't know who was in them crowd of people when Jed came up here.
And pulled up.
And pulled up and walked up in them people driveway.
And the one lady was like, hey, I'm trying to get up the street.
She stopped and she parked that.
And told
in
that
the
lady,
middle of the car.
hold
She said,
on.
That's what she did, Mickey. What she do, Mickey?
Told her, hold on. I'm conducting bid. Didn't even have to show up, but she's a lady.
Marcius and we said hell no at the same time with this.
Yeah, like they act like they and lied, and the police went for it, gave her escort.
Sure did.
And they even looked at it like allegedly, like, I can't believe we got to do this. Bro.
Allegedly, my ass. They was talking shit on the elevator when her ass got off. They was like, I don't know why we got to take her back and forth.
Yeah,
that's what they was telling us.
Yeah.
That's what they was telling us. Now, whatever they went and told her or whatever, but behind the scenes, they told us.
They couldn't stand Liddell's ass, to be honest with you. Like, this is getting out of hand.
Why do we have to go pick her up?
Yep. I was like, wow.
We can just walk her up from downstairs, but
Right.
nobody's going to do anything to her because it's a key to get to the basement level. You got to have a remote control to get into the basement.
Liddell, how did you think we got that?
We didn't make it up, Liddell.
No, I didn't make it up. It was said. And they was happy, Liddell, when you banned them from council. Some when they
Sure,
came
sure,
back, they
sure.
was like, man, I didn't come back for this elementary stuff.
Some of them was so happy they had to come
Facts.
down there, and a couple of them said, "We ain't never been here." Like, now I remember Metcalf. He ain't always been right. He ain't always been wrong. But Metcalf said we ain't never had to have this many police down here before. Even during the days of the water crisis. And some of you who are on here watching now was down there, and every chair was full. We had them blue chairs, then we had them wooden chairs when that water crisis started, and that man came and said he wanted to do all the plastic pipes for free. They was like, we don't want you to do shit for free. We need some money to flow through this bitch because we need some coins.
Facts.
Because I always wondered why they didn't take the free stuff.
Would you?
Burton took it.
Smart.
He did Burton. Same company. Did Burton, but they didn't do it in Flint.
Because you can't steal that way. That's just like that 100 million that came through from the unconcerned pastors and that little crew. Have we heard from them since then? How you think they nonprofits rolling? Better look at that. But see, y'all let these people come up in y'all face every year. See, y'all be happy to see them doing good. I don't. I be disgusted. I be downright. I can't smile when I see situations like this. Because I'm seeing how the people rolling. I can't handle it. Be too much for me. I'm sitting up there. That's even with LaShawn. Don't get it wrong. People up there, they like just because she came out and did something for some veterans, that don't move me. When I'm saying you not doing nothing about this water. Oh, when the Carmen Lewis just came, why they didn't take it? It said free pipes were PVC, and PVC won't last when our ground freezes.
Then how come they lasting out at Burton?
I don't know. Now, that's between you and Carmen.
No, I'm asking Carmen a question. I'm not arguing with anything. I actually respect Carmen Lewis.
Yeah, I like
she's
Carmen Lewis. Yeah.
On the short list of people that I do respect.
Yeah,
she one of them.
Yeah.
But how they lasted out in Burton.
But I am saying this in case y'all ain't know. Starting January the 1st.
The first, tell them what's going to happen, Mick.
If you want your boss, co-worker, a riot act read on them, you got to hit the Cash App and leave anonymous because we don't want to know who you is.
Yeah.
But we will talk about your boss,
Yep.
your in-laws,
Yep.
because we don't want to mess up the family.
How much?
Give it to us.
And
we would do this. We would do it on the morning recall. We would do it on the nightly nip. And I might create something for like a late night show, just an hour. I'm telling you, that is going on. Well, we will read the riot.
I can do better. I can do like Yanti.
No.
We can call them.
No, we're not doing it. What
I
we're doing
call
is
some in-laws.
they got it. This is a paid feature that we're doing because I'm trying to.
What can I call
I'm trying to
ex-in-laws?
diversify my portfolio.
Can I call my ex-in-laws?
No, that's just what we have. No, just the people have to pay. Now, when you get that Cash App, I don't care who in there.
Okay.
But leave us a little thing about who you dislike. It goes for baby mamas and baby daddies.
Yeah.
You give this to us, and if you got that drunk auntie that always going in granny pocket, we will talk about her for y'all.
We're going to talk
because y'all don't need to do it. We don't want to mess the family up.
Yeah.
Let us handle it. If you got that boss who been riding you all week, hit that Cash App, $, 18 News Media Group, and leave a little something in there for us so we can know which way we're going to handle this situation for you. But give it to us, and we'll read the riot act. And we won't give your names up. So don't hit the super chat, hit the Cash App, because if they come, I can't do no jail time. So I'm going to say, hey, look, there it is right there. You see it on there.
We got a little debate going here.
I'm just saying.
Our cousin from the 937 said PVC is the only pipes that they use now, Karma.
Marcia Tarver said she's been trying to call you. Went to just go into voice. She said it's still daylight. Phone is going to voicemail. I'm trying to call her before I go outside while it's still daylight. Are you calling the right
number? Or are you going to which phone you calling?
You right. You right about that. 810 rant riot.
You might be calling the other phone and it's dead because this phone is on.
What's up, my good brother Michael Cooley from Greenwood, Mississippi, 662 point of order. Keep pressure on DeVita on Davina diabolical. Heine, we're gonna try to do what we can do, but right now Davina got us in the chokehold. Shit, I'm over here, you know what I'm saying, doing the 810 riot, the rant riot on them. You know, we gonna put it together.
See, I know you was calling the other phone, weren't you?
Facts, Felicia.
Yes, I was.
What's up, Marsha?
You gotta
Hey,
call
Tarver.
both phones.
I gotta delete that other number.
No, you still save that other number because it's coming on real soon. Real soon.
Okay.
During the holidays. I need a break.
Gosh. Okay, I hear you. So look, I
What's up, Common?
agree with everything you guys are saying.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's just to the point now that there's no hiding. There's no, I'm gonna do this on the low, or I'm gonna, we're gonna make a napkin deal at dinner or something like that. It is so in your face.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's just amazing to me how they keep perpetuating the lies, and it's just, oh my God, I'm exhausted thinking about how bad they are playing in the residents' faces, and no one is calling them out.
Right.
So that's really, in a nutshell, how I felt today's meeting was. Was it a waste of time? Not really, because we got to hear Jigsaw's campaign speech about the holidays and the days off and all that stuff, which is stupid because she has no skills in economics and negotiation and labor unions. She has she's stupid. She's clueless. But at least we know it was her. At least we know that she's just as stupid as we thought she was. So there's that. But I think that's really all we got out of it, because back to your point, Winters, about leaving it in committee, because that's where you get the work done. I say, yeah, they passed it to special affairs, but really, like you said, when Mr. May said, it's just to make it look clearer, shine it up, whatever, to present it to council. It doesn't need to be in special affairs because she's going to gloss right over it. And it's not going to be a whole discussion. And the administration is not going to send anybody up there because they know it's coming. So they're not going to have anyone to answer questions again. So now we know that the little bit of time that they spend, an hour and 28 minutes in these committee meetings today, at least we know what they're doing. So again, it's in our faces. We know exactly what they're doing, and they're not hiding it anymore.
They're gonna tell us Monday. They're gonna tell us Monday when they don't have the people there to answer the questions that but the people are the workers are really looking forward to these days off, so we need to pass this.
And when they say it, I'm gonna call you because I'm just.
I want to
yes,
see
you're
Eddie
right.
Smith up there, the director of labor relations, the director of human resources. I would like both of them to be up there, and Mr. Moore, because it has to be budgeted. Holidays have to be budgeted, so I would like to see where they're going to get this money from to budget all of these extra days.
What line item does that come to on the budget that hasn't passed and hasn't been signed?
How many employees does this affect? And nobody asked, how many employees will this affect?
I actually asked that in the chat, so it was on my mind.
Well, why we can't get none of them councils? You know what? The chat need to be up there. Just let the chat run a meeting one time. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Let's make that work. Let's make it work. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Listen, you guys, I know you're exhausted after this because I'm exhausted. So I love you. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Tell your mom hello and tell your dad, let them groceries just be. You'll be all right.
Girl, I know that's right. Thank you, baby. Love you too.
I love you. Talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What's up, Charlotte Burr in the building? In common sense.
Said Queen went, who is that? You ain't figured out who cousin that is.
Common sense. It says one of mine's from the deep south.
From the deep south.
That's all he told me, from the deep south.
Okay.
I think I kind of know, but I'm all the way. I'm trying to catch the lingo.
The lingo.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch it eventually.
Okay, we'll catch that lingo. Somebody gonna have to go pick up Mr. Magoo from Jasmine. Mr. Magoo, he'll be there from Shady Pines Monday. And then that'll be our last, no, it won't be the last council meeting because the week after that, that Wednesday, the 17th, is when they combining everything, or they just slashing the committee meetings and just doing special affairs. Now, is that a charter violation?
We're gonna find out.
I mean, but no, because nobody's gonna take it to court.
It should be one. 'Cause
But
how you
isn't
just
it
gonna
you're supposed to have a certain number of meetings each
with the
year?
public speaking to? Like they just gonna stop it where the public can't speak?
Child, they don't give a damn about
Hooty
public
hoot.
speaking. They don't listen to the people that come down there and speak now. They just want to vote and get out of there. And he gonna have some shit on there that we ain't never seen before. Liddell gonna try to put her $30,000 back. Or maybe that's why she was so quiet today. Because she's still trying to work out a deal with him to get her $30,000 back. She must need that $30,000.
Would too. You trying to get the lives of you see the ship sinking. Probably she see the writing on the wall. They not gonna use me again.
And what was little Leon there? He got a PPO so Miss Jackson couldn't come, but his ass didn't even show up.
Might be outside here.
So it's like, can she come when he don't go?
That like one of the greatest mysteries in the world.
Oh my God.
And won't time off. Ain't he been on extended vacation?
Dude, didn't even come for like 2.5 months.
And you want time off. And didn't he get paid for them days he missed?
Yes.
Okay.
He did. They did not take his pay away. And the charter said something like to the effect that they could, and council didn't.
But they wanted to take the other one's money.
They wanted to take Tanya's and them and Dennis and them. They wanted to take the hell out of their pay.
And even a lawyer said, hey, it's optional to come if you want to come to council.
Cousin said, isn't Leon Lonnie Love past his number of days absent again?
What's up, Sharon? Just Oil in the building.
Y'all shop Just Oil.
Facts. Any other things you got to say?
No, I think we pretty much went over everything about council from tonight. I'm just so excited about Monday.
Why? Because they're gonna run it back.
No, I want to see, like Miss Claire McClinton said, y'all playing. What she really wanted to say is y'all on some bullshit. Miss Claire McClinton is never going to talk like that. So I'm going to translate what she wanted to say. She really wanted to say, y'all on some bullshit. Because at first y'all was a 4-5 split. Now y'all just 3-6-9. Y'all just 3-6 mafia.
What's up, Queen Anita?
3 people voting for her. 3 people voting for her. 3 people voting for her. Y'all on some bullshit.
BS. What's up, Marcus Fielder?
Let Jerry be president.
That sound like too much right.
It does sound like too much right. Y'all gonna try to run over anybody that y'all don't like anyway. But it's like, show the people, like that would be a good campaign strategy. Show them that you can allow this to happen, that it wouldn't go against your how shall I say it? It wouldn't hurt your feelings or your resume. You've already been president for 2 years. You've already been vice president for 2 years in the charter. That's a charter violation too.
But remember, the former ENA board member said the charter don't mean jack shit. It's like the treaty that the Indians signed. Ain't worth the piece of paper it was written on, allegedly.
Hopefully we can get an unbuzzed person in 2026.
He's without this mayor. And you're right, Jasmine. The after show was longer than council. Judy was helping. Remember, I once did one. It was 5 minutes. I swear.
But then she just said the meeting lasted 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
If she's a liar. If I got to be here, maybe when Mage was here, they was going that long. But if I got to hear one more story about her and her clan growing up, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna crash out on here. I don't want to hear about no unseasoned turkey
and break the turkey's
I don't want to hear about her liking a colored at one time. I don't want to hear that shit no more.
The colored I dated ate
And
the
I'm damn
raisins and the
sure
potato salad.
want to see no more dirty feet.
Dirty feet, because these
That's
feet
it.
was made for walking.
That's my rant. I don't care you been out there walking in the streets with your cats. I don't want to hear it. Sick of that shit. Sick of it. Sick of it. Sick of it. Sick of it. I don't want to hear about them cats or nothing.
What's the weather?
Sick of that. Maybe y'all need to come up there and offer Judy cat some water and see if she like that she let her cats drink that Flint water. She have a nervous breakdown.
I bet she won't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
what's the weather? And then we can get up out of here. We got the weather each and every day. Yes, we got to get up the hell up out of here because right now it's 26 degrees and snowing.
I got my jacket.
They say it feel like it's. Hold on, y'all.
Put my jacket on. I doubled up.
Hold on. They say it feels like it's 17 degrees outside right now. That's what it's saying. And it's going to get colder. And they said cold temperatures will result in a risk of frozen pipes tonight. So take steps to protect your pipes from freezing. That's what it says on the Weather Channel. Now tomorrow, December the 4th, we got a high of 20 degrees. 20 degrees. We're not going to have any snow accumulation tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine, but we're going to have near record low temperatures tomorrow night. It is going to be 9
I might
degrees.
be recording from the crib. I'll be damned if I be up here tomorrow.
9 degrees. It's going down to 9. Check on your elderly neighbors.
Yeah, check on your people.
Somebody post the warming centers, post them on your page, post them in Reboot so we can get the word out. We gotta, as Stanley said today, I heard him say up there, we got a homeless problem.
Sure do.
It's a big homeless problem here in Flint, and it's not being addressed. But maybe it is, and we just don't know. Because again, I don't know everything that's going on down there. All I see is the people walking around.
And me too. I see them every morning when I'm going to the gym, and when I'm coming to the studio, I see them people be coming out the bushes wrapped up. And I even heard some of the social workers downtown said some of the people be sleeping in their cars, not the government, the city cars that they be driving. They be in there because it's cold. People like, well, freeze it. I don't get it. Just terrible out here. I'm just telling you. And them babies, I be seeing them girls having to walk with their babies and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
No, I did not, Clack. I didn't see it.
What she post? Last callers, Clack. Last caller of the evening besides Clack, if Clack calling. Can I help you? Welcome to the Nightly Nib. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Can't nobody hear nothing.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. You calling from the Nightly Nib?
Yes, I'm calling from the Nightly Nib. This is Karma Lewis from the north side of Flint.
What's
up,
going
Karma?
on, Karmas?
Hey, you guys started talking about the homeless. Please, 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 please. They need our help. Flint Neighborhood United, we meet this Saturday.
I'll be there.
And we are collecting. We hope people bring in some socks, coats, gloves, hats, those items that our homeless population need. We are collecting them. And we'll deliver. If you don't want to come to Flint Neighborhood United, that's fine. Take them over to the Greater Flint Health Coalition so we can help our homeless population because it's crazy. There's been a lot more evictions happening. So there's a lot more people out there on the streets. So they need our help. Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Karma.
The number,
All right,
you have a
take
blessed
care.
one, Karma. Yup. The number's coming across the screen at the bottom, Clack. 610-7851. 810-610-7851. We'll hold it for the last call for you, Clacks. We got to get out here. It's cold as Satan outside.
And then they said that they had passed some type of law where they could do, they could cut off your consumers now in
Yeah,
the
they can cut it
wintertime.
off now. Yeah, they ain't got to keep it on no more.
People, I'm just
810-6.
we waiting for you, Clack.
Once you got his number, just call him.
Oh no, duh. Mike Clack. Boom.
Ain't that some
Now
shit?
he trying to call me. I bet you he trying to call me. And I'm trying, okay, we're gonna wait, Clack. I ain't gonna call you. Just call me
The
back.
number is 810-610-7851, Clack. 810-610-7851.
810-610-7851. Clack. There we go. You got it. Last call of the evening, state representative to be Michael Clack. What's going on?
What's going on?
How you doing, good brother?
Good to hear from you.
Good to hear from y'all, man. Look, I just happened to be scrolling and I saw what Kiki posted.
Yeah.
And she says, if something happens to me, Leon El-Amin of Maid Institute, Flint councilman, is responsible. While he is out here writing PPOs, he is violating the one he has against him. He's trying to find out my location. Leon had his hands in setting the house on fire on Sherman. This is not the first house fire. This is not his first house fire. If I end up dead or missing, I'm probably not his first victim. He hated his cousin Mitchell for associating with the people responsible for shooting him back in the early 2000s, and he would say that all the time. Please share, and the list of the other names may be involved with anything happening to me. The mayor of Flint, Sheldon Neely, Serena Wilson, Tiara Childress, human rights activist Crystal Crane, and his brother. And she got pictures up here.
Lord Jesus. Really? What the hell is going on?
And this was an hour ago.
Damn.
I don't understand why they not helping get that girl out of town.
That's terrible.
That's some bullshit, man.
That's terrible, right?
I just shared it. To my page, but I'm like, this shit, I didn't hear y'all say anything about it, so I knew y'all had seen it. But this came straight from her page.
Man,
Wow.
we pray that everything be okay with her. We do.
So if I can, get everybody either go to Kiki page and share this out, share that message out, or if you can have people go to my page and share it out. But Kiki is trying to get help. This is a definite cry for help.
Damn.
Right. All right, Clay.
All right, yeah. Thanks,
Thank you,
Clyde,
Clay.
yeah, for
Thank
putting
you.
that out there.
Thank you.
Public service announcement.
Yeah.
That's terrible right there. That sister need help. Believe me, if I'd had the money and I could just give her $20,000 to relocate her to get her from this situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't have it. I would love to give it.
I wish I had some connections with the
Yeah.
federal witness protection or
To
something.
go ahead and get a person, because if a person coming on social media with that, man, you get
Something going on.
everybody and everything not crying wolf. No. Well, we out, family. I'll see y'all in the morning.
Y'all
man.
stay safe, stay warm.
Yeah,
See you tomorrow night.
stay vigilant.
Oh, see y'all tomorrow morning. Well, they'll see y'all tomorrow morning. We'll see
That's
y'all
it,
tomorrow
man.
night.
Facts. Peace, family. I doubt I'm getting out